Welcome back to another law firm success story. Now, today we have another great guest on, and we're going to be talking about something that a lot of law firm owners really experience, where they go through all the tactical parts of building a business and really trying to maximize productivity. And somewhere down the line, they start realizing, I really don't like the firm that I have. Yes, I'm doing all the technical stuff, but how do we actually build a firm that we actually enjoy owning and enjoy putting our name to? So, Josh, welcome to the show. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on. This is probably one of the most impactful things that we've ever done. So excited to share it with everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I think there's so many law firm owners that are trying to figure this piece out, where they're reading the books, they're going to the conference, they hear all the tactics, but sometimes they lose the human side of what it means to really build a firm. So tell us a little bit about your firm, just how it looks today, and then we'll walk through the story on how you got there.
Yeah, today we're the largest elder law firm in the state of Georgia. We have over 40 people on staff. We have two primary offices with over 12,000 square feet of space. And then we do a lot of virtual things just because technology's catching up even for our seniors. And I'm really excited to do elder law. We don't do a whole lot of estate planning, which is common mixed up with elder law, but what we do is really help people protect their assets and their autonomy as they age, making sure that they have full decision making authority, and that if something happens where they need somebody to step in, it's a seamless transition.
Nice. I love it. Now, with 40 people, that seems like quite the journey to get to that point. So, I want to go back in time. What was it like going through that process of building up to that point?
Absolutely. Yeah, I started the firm with really three people. It was my mom, who, funny enough, we went to law school together, my sister, and we had somebody that came in and acted as a witness or a notary whenever we needed her, just because we had to have multiple people. And then I joined the firm and really did a lot of business development, a lot of marketing to help it grow. That's where my background was, and loved it. And then we slowly built from three to five to six to just really having some success. Then we started to hit that magic 15 number, and things got really scary. You're starting to deal with a lot more personalities. You're starting to deal with a lot more drama in the workplace. And I made a tactical mistake back then where I was treating it more like a factory for widgets, because that's what the coaches I had were pushing me towards. You're listening to all these other people, you're talking to coaches, you're reading stuff, you're watching YouTube videos, and everybody's talking about utilization and getting the most out of people and just really using the Ray Kroc method of pushing everything down to the lowest paid person to get the highest rate of return. And honestly, the clients enjoyed it. We were able to offer a great product at a great price point. But as far as a firm owner goes, it was a nightmare, man. You end up having, most of the people making less than 11 bucks an hour pre-COVID. The profit was amazing, but man, the difficulties that come with that were just traumatic. And then you start trying to figure out how to bring in better talent, because everybody tells you, you got to go get better people. And then you go out there and you find out that first, your firm isn't designed to attract the better people. They're not going to take the job that you're offering. And second, whenever you got to go out to the marketplace and buy that experience, buy those skills, it's extremely expensive. And so, whenever you're used to trying to eke out every penny or trying to make that profitability, all of a sudden it flips real quick if you don't prepare for it. And we weren't. And got with a great HR person because I knew I needed to hire fast after COVID. It wasn't that people weren't looking for jobs, it was just that the people that were looking were getting snatched up within a day or two. And I couldn't run the firm and hire as fast as we needed to hire. So I brought on a hiring manager, and she really sat me down and had blunt conversations about making sure the culture of the firm was the kind of culture that not only attracted these higher performers, but weeded out the ones that weren't. But also a big shift of how do we make sure that the people that come in at a higher level still have room to grow? How are we listening to what they want to do Career path is a joke in most law firms. It's maybe go from back office to a paralegal or something like that. That's where the ladder stops. And with our firm, we've been able to really sit down after a bunch of different tries and say, let's build an individual career path for each person. So, not for the role. It's not like everybody that goes from intake to back office to para, but how do we build it for the person? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What are their goals? One of my proudest moments is taking somebody who felt comfortable enough to tell us that her career path wasn't with us, and we were able to network her with the right people where she really pursued a career in politics and is very successful in that now because we were open to hearing that maybe we're not her final resting place for her career. And that was a little bit of an ego hit to me. Everybody thinks they're going to be with you forever, but absolutely love that. But creating that culture and then making sure that you're doing the investment in the team so that they can go where they need to is what ultimately leads you to better profitability, easier time, things like that. That what you really want out of your firm for most people.
Nice. And I love every aspect of that because some of the things that I hear so many of the firms that are in that growth stage, like some of those pain points that they start to hit when it's, man, I wish someone would have kind of better prepared me in the beginning. So, as you think back on your entire story, was a couple of pieces of advice that you would give, maybe two pieces of advice that you would give of what you learned from where you are now and then looking back?
The first and foremost is look at people that can help you get to where you want to be, but don't be limited by them. So, especially for so many people starting out their firm, there's so many coaches out there that will help you get to $1 million in revenue. And most of the firm owners I talk to that hit $1 million in revenue aren't really taking home a lot more than they were whenever it was smaller. And so making sure that you understand what that profitability was, working with the right CFO or bookkeeper to make sure that you understand that top line revenue isn't what you get to take home. You go hire some of these people. It doesn't matter if you make $1 million if your take home still only 250, right? And so making sure that you're talking to people that have been where you want to go and they can guide you through those things so that you're not thinking that your life's going to drastically change whenever your firm does $1 million or $2 million or we're going to break 8 figures this year. And it's the kind of thing where ultimately without those coaches, without those advisors helping you, just like how we do for our clients, you're going to make a lot of missteps getting there. And so definitely seek out help, but also don't be afraid to leave the people that got you to your milestone to help go find other ones. The person that you had doing your taxes whenever you're at $500,000 isn't the same person that's doing your taxes whenever you're at 12 million. It's just not. You need like a tax strategist, you need a tax planner, not just a tax reporter. And those kind of things are lessons that are hard learned if you don't have people guiding you the right way.
Awesome. I love it. Josh, thank you for coming on. Now, if people want to know a little bit more about your firm, see all the awesome things you guys are up to, or follow you, where's the best place for them to find you online?
Yeah, if you want to see the cool stuff, it's usually on our Instagram. So Nelson Eldercare Law. We do have a website too, but that's not as much of the fun stuff, right? So NelsonEldercareLaw.com. And then because we deal with seniors, we're still on Facebook. So feel free to give us a follow there too.
Awesome. I love it. Josh, thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Thanks, Trout. Thanks.